Oh no.
What is Folk Valley? You may have seen a bunch of videos on your For You page or social media recently with the location
Yes.
tag Folk Valley. Folk Valley is a non-existent place where all sorts of weird stuff
Okay.
and paranormal occurrences
What?
tend to happen. Most Folk Valley videos have the same format and same factor. They're usually a strange or eerie video with a drop. When the drop happens, a bunch of filters are applied and it gives it a horror, analog horror kind of feeling. It
Oh
seems to
no.
be a satire of similar ideas like the TikTok Farlands or the old Ohio memes. Why and when it was created is still somewhat unknown. Seemingly they were made in early 2026 and were mostly satire. However, during my research, I found a video from
What?
2025 with the tag Folk Valley. So this indicates that it's not new, it's probably just gaining traction now. Folk
Um.
Valley is supposed to be an alternate reality similar to the Upside Down or
Yes.
liminal spaces like the Backrooms. Although on the surface level, it
Yes.
seems less fleshed out and obviously more meme focused. It's likely inspired by Hood Irony videos, which is clear by its visual identity and the Fatone folk originated there in the first place. The most common videos used in Folk Valley used to be videos of the creator Egbar Dai, known as Uncle
Yes.
Egbar. He was shown in different
Yes.
filters with the location tag Folk Valley. However, most Folk Valley videos have since shifted to other clips. Common ones would be ironic haircut videos or eventually just random
Oh.
weird
Oh.
videos.
Yes. Yes.
It still
Yes.
maintains the use of filters and it is similar to the deep fried memes, although way less visually cluttered. Eventually,
Oh.
another character besides Uncle Iqbal was introduced.
We have got to the point where
Ah.
literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is base for
The character, Focat. Focat was made using this image. Originally a British Shorthair cat. However, they edited him to have a haircut. Now many variations and iterations of the Focat have been made,
What?
often just changing and adding different hairstyles and cuts. Eventually, various memes and edits will be made of the Focat. It became the
Yes.
face of Folk Valley and one of the only established characters. The lore of Folk Valley is obviously not exactly well established or documented, since it is mostly meme focused and yeah. However, from my research, there are certain ideas that are agreed to be established in the Folk Valley universe. Namely, that Folk Valley is situated in a place called Folkistan, which is sometimes referred
Hmm.
to Folk City, a
Yes.
huge continent or area which is widely undiscovered besides Folk Valley. And it has multiple neighboring areas, which I'll mention later in the video. It seemed to have not been based on any real-life locations.
Yes.
However, recently, many maps and videos have referred to it
Ah.
being in Ohio or next to Ohio.
Ohio.
It
Okay.
has several neighboring areas that have been discovered. One of the main ones being Huss Valley. Huss Valley is similar in video formula and idea to Folk Valley, but its main differences is that it uses less varied clips, usually from the same creator, and all have relatively the same idea and same sound used. Now, what it lacks in diversity, it makes
Yes.
up for in established characters and
I
lore.
bet.
Albeit it's not amazing lore, it's more clear,
Uh.
the main idea, and it has better established characters. The main
Yes.
idea is that House Valley contains the beast, where if you get caught, you are then fed to the beast. Most videos are just people getting chased by seemingly the people who are taking you to the beast. Now, most of the people getting chased and doing the
Yes.
chasing are seemingly random characters, but House Valley actually has a lot of pre-established characters, namely Spider-Man, the dinosaur, the snowman, and that's just to name a few. Folk Valley and House Valley are similar, but House Valley is definitely more understandable and
What?
having more characters and creatures like the House Hound. It has more ideas and actually has many overlaps with Folk Valley.
Yes.
Recently, a lot of videos are doing a bait and switch, usually starting with the Folk Valley concept, then switching it. This shows that there's a coherence between the two, and many locations in Folk Valley and Huss Valley use Folk and Huss as a prefix. Then
Yes,
conclusion
yes.
afterwards. An
Oh yeah.
example would be folk fall or folk school or Huss
Ah,
Lake, etc., etc. Now, the difference between the two is that Huss Valley seems to be much larger than Folk Valley, as Folk Valley is a capital of Folkistan or Folk City, where Huss Valley is an entire continent or an entire area rivaling the size of Folk City. This
yes.
makes more sense thematically
Take notes,
because it
guys.
is seemingly unescapable, which
Yes.
would make sense determining its size. Folk Valley, obviously being the original concept, is obviously less fleshed out and established than its variants. Another variant, which I'll talk about later, is Tough Valley, which is less fleshed out, but it's also made for a different reason. Now, unfortunately, I like to talk about the downfall of
Yes.
Folk Valley and what
Alright.
people refer to as New Folk Valley. Old Folk Valley videos relatively were harmless and simply satire or funny. However, new folk videos seem to have shifted. The drop has switched a lot now, and a lot of the time it's just a gore video, desaturated with inverted colors and many other effects, so you can still see what's happening, but it can't be taken down from the moderation on social media. This is
Oh
a
no.
shame because Folk Valley and Huss Valley were becoming well established, and Huss Valley shows the improvement in the idea and lore of the Folk Valley universe. It's just a shame that
Wait.
what's happening, but it
Yeah.
can't be taken down from the moderation on social media. This is a shame because Folk Valley and Huss Valley were becoming well established, and Huss Valley shows the improvement in
Yes.
the idea and lore of the Folk Valley universe. It's just a shame that it had to be ruined by this. However, recently I've been seeing a lot of variations being Tough Valley, which is because a lot of the new Folk Valley videos are go videos, many of them having to do with action sports like skateboarding and biking. Many of them end with them crashing. And it's a shame because I generally enjoy these videos and found them funny. However, it
Yes.
got to a point where even researching this video, I didn't want to look up for videos. But a shift has happened. The new Tough Valley videos aim to combat this by it's when you think the person's
Yes.
about to fall and hurt themselves in, say for example, a bike flip. They then land it, or in a backflip where the new Folk Valley videos would show them getting injured, they actually land it, and the music shifts to nostalgic 2020 classic MLG music. Now, it's a recent expansion on the universe, and I hope that more expansions seem to be being made. Ones I've seen recently being Creek Valley, which is similar to Huss and Folk Valley, but the main shift is being silent. It's not completely established
Oh
yet,
yes.
so many characters haven't been developed. And another one I've seen is Slide Valley, which is newer, but you get the point. You slide away.
Whoa.
And usually
Yes.
they revolve around something. So I'm excited to see the development in this.
Guys, I live
hope
in Slide
eventually Folk Valley
Valley.
returns to what it was after people stop making new Folk Valley videos. Or we move on to Huss Valley, Slide Valley, Creek Valley, and establish it more. Maybe. I hope that happens. That's what I want to see in the future of
Oh, my
this
bad, guys.
concept. But let me know what you want to think. And yeah, that's about it. I know I've probably missed a bunch of stuff because I can't cover everything, every
Oh
nuance of
no.
it, because it would be too long. And
Okay.
frankly, doing research on this topic
Yeah.
is very difficult as it is a internet meme and nobody knows much
Yes.
about it.
Okay.
But if you'd like to see a part 2 or a continuation of maybe a different meme or something, let me know in the comments. And
Yes.
I can subscribe because this video took a lot of effort for the dumb concept that it is. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.
I want to live in Tough Valley, guys. Okay. Well, that's the first part of the stream. Robert B. Wine. Okay. Larry David.